Russia is coming. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing the Christian church, the Catholic church, the Muslims, these groups of people who have accepted the new version of history that Lucifer has given out. You have many nations of people who have been given new identity cards by Lucifer. The Christian church always talks about, oh, there's going to be a short period of time. Oh, Satan's short period of time is coming up. You'll never hear the Christian church talk about the Gentiles' time, which coincides and goes hand in hand with Lucifer's little time. The Gentiles' little time goes hand in hand with Lucifer's little time. They don't want to talk about that because they've already experienced that time. They've already experienced the Antichrist. The Antichrist has already been here. They've already paraded around the world and killing everybody with white Jesus. They've already taken the Israelites down. They've already stole their records. They've already taken their identity. They've already placed themselves in their lands, tried to be them. They've already invaded Shem. Japheth has already invaded the tents of Shem, like I'm going to read from here, is what's going to happen in the prophecies. And they can't escape this. They can't. Where in the Bible does it say that they're going to say, you know what, we messed up, we're sorry, let's start clearing off of the Americas, let's start clearing off America and giving them their land back? Where does it say they're going to do that? It says all the way till the end they're going to keep on fighting for Lucifer. It's about taking Adam's creation. You can't get past the Israelites without getting rid of God entirely. Lucifer is trying to avoid punishment. He's trying to avoid prophecy and what's coming to him, the payment he has coming to him, the karmic cycle he has coming to him. Certain nations of people are trying to avoid karmic cycle and prophecy being fulfilled through the Israelites because they know their destruction comes from the Israelites. Many nations of people in America today are here and have all come together to work together because they're all on a list of nations who are going bye-bye. They're not coming to Earth 2.0. They have not been written into the next season of Earth, despite what their Christian Constantine Church says. They're forgiven for everything. They can kill, rape, torture, steal, rob, do everything they want, and all they have to do is say, huh, Jesus, and they get forgiven. No, they're done for, and they're gonna be paying for everything. Everything. Therefore, Son of Man, prophesy, say unto Gog, thus saith the Lord, the Most High, God, in the day when my people of Yasharel dwelling safely, shall thou not know it? And thou shalt come from thy place out of the north parts. Let's get that quickly. Who came out of the north parts? What nations invaded from the north? What nations invaded from the north? There's a group of pale-skinned Indians that is most famously known for claiming they're indigenous to all of the Americas, when history shows that they were more native to the very extreme north polar regions of that place. This is you guys. You guys invaded. There is a prophecy pertaining to you guys stealing land, Japheth, and who the descendants of these people are. And these people, if you look, every important event on planet Earth essentially has happened in this area pertaining to these people, Shemites, Shemitic people, the forefathers, the precursors to the Israelites. These are where the Israelites descend from. These are all Israelite Shemitic lands you can find black-skinned, copper-colored people on. You find so many books. Everywhere you go over here, you find a group of dark-skinned people who said their identity has been taken, and a group of white people have replaced them. Around here, a group of black people's identity has been taken. They have been misplaced, and a group of white people have taken their identity and now say they own these lands. Up here, Iberian Peninsula, Spain, Portugal. The Iberian Peninsula was said to be home to Negroes, Shemites, Shemitic people, brown-skinned, copper-colored people, woolly-haired people were said to dwell in these places. Now this has been stolen. The identity has been cleared. The history has been cleared. And a group of these people have came down and invaded here. You can read about this in the ancient Britons, where it talks about this, and the wars for this area, and the wars up here in the British Isles, over here and over here. They kicked the Jews out. They kicked all Shemitic brown-skinned, black-skinned people out. They've completely erased all black-skin history from Europe, the Middle East, India, Asia. They kicked everybody out. Both Ham, the dark ones, and Japheth have teamed up. Ham came from the south, Japheth came from the north, kicked Shem out. Shem, from all over here, was pushed and escaped over to the Americas, where the rest of the world, all other nations that I've read, or I'm going to read again into that quote, came, chased them over to the Americas, and fulfilled prophecy by coming to the Americas, Turtle Island, their main hub, the main promised land, the main ancient lands where biblical things happened, and they overtook it just as prophecy said they would. And they are not giving it back. That is why Caucasians, that is why Asians, that is why everybody, Africans are getting so fucking mad at you. They're getting so fucking mad at you because you're no longer accepting their worldview. Lucifer gave them new pamphlets. He said, erase the history over here, erase the history here, erase the history here, erase the history here, erase the history here. I'm going to give you guys new ID cards, new historical identifications. These are now your lands. Please get rid of all Israelite history from here, Do not let these motherfuckers know they used to stay there. Get rid of all artifacts, get rid of all true history of mankind, and I will reward you greatly. All nations have done that. Because of it, they have been able to squat on the Holy Land, Turtle Island, America, the real Holy Land, the real land of milk and honey, where everything is, where all the resources come from. They lie and say that this is the land of milk and honey, and they keep you addicted into thinking that you're this guy. So you're this guy, but they have tricked you, like the Bible said, into thinking that you're this guy. And you're begging to go back to over here when your land has come from over here and over here and over here. You were given the central part of the world. They don't talk about that. The Christian church will never talk about this because that means they would have to admit that they are the descendants of invaders and they fulfilled prophecy by invading Shem's land. Now, let's get back to what I was talking about. And let's continue this. And thou shalt come from out of thy place, out of the north parts, and thou and many people with thee, and all of them riding upon horses, a great company, and a mighty horse. And thou shalt come up against my people of Israel as a cloud over the land, and it shall be in the latter days, and I will bring thee against my land, and the heathen may know me, when I shall be sanctified in thee, O Gog. Gog is coming, Russia's coming. The return of the gods to America. Remember, they're trying to keep prophecy from being fulfilled. The Jews, the head tribe, the battle axe, the Judeans, the black army, the terrifiers, the ones that the nations are terrified of because prophecy pertains to them ripping apart, were over here. They were over here in Shem's part of the world, holding it down. The kings of Europe. The black nobility was chased out of Europe, chased out of Africa, chased out of Asia, kicked out of India. All black Shemitic people that were of importance, that were doing anything important, were chased out of there. They ran over here in attempts to escape. Some of them were pushed over here. They try to start back up over here with their cousins. They try to come back over here and hide out in their ancient homelands, their ancient promised lands. Specifically, look at where the Mormons say the stick of Joseph's lands mainly are. Where? The southeast portion of the United States. This is why also in these last days, the second black Americans started waking up saying that they're the children of Israel, they're going to get their land back, that they're indigenous to the Americas. The South has become the most popular spot in the Americas. The South has become the most popular building spot. They're building up everything in the South uselessly. A bunch of stupid, useless things are building everywhere down here. They're trying to give us the middle finger. They're trying to give the Most High the middle finger. That's why they're tearing down forests. That's why they're building up all these unnecessary building developments. That's why all these immigrants in these last days are desperate to get to the Holy Land. That is why they're so angry and so upset, because you're no longer accepting the out of Africa theory anymore. Ham is all angry. Ham knows the prophecies. Ham has gone in and taken your shit. So Ham has been benefiting from off of the fact that the Israelites think that they're Hamites and think that Africa is their homeland. While they come over here, while everybody comes over here, and as it says, all those nations came to the Americas to invade. Our story of Atlantis. Let's crack this out this morning. A new age has come for America. The new masters, the new prophecy, the Atlanteans rising back up. The prophecies of the Atlanteans, the American Indians, the Israelites, all match with each other.